You want to get a great score on your next IELTS exam, and I'm here to help with some tips for the exam in general and some specific tips for each of the 4 sections: listening, reading, writing, and speaking with examples. I want to help improve your English speaking so that you get a high band score on your next IELTS interview. And for that reason, I have created the perfect system to build your English communication and language skills with our websites, aehelp.com and gieltshelp.com. Once you have a My Student account, you will have access to student partner speaking and speaking interview practice. The first 10 people to sign up via my special link in the video description will get 2-for-1 lesson for IELTS speaking with a native English speaking professional. Join us today and begin learning for success. Now watch and learn so that you can improve your IELTS band scores. Global tip number 1. You must be confident throughout your IELTS exam, both in the sit-down and in the speaking sections. It's true that confidence goes a long way. Now, I know that's not easy to do. So your question might be, well, how can I be confident? I'm so nervous during the exams and I'm so nervous when I'm speaking English. Of course, practice is the key. When you practice and you know what to expect, then you can build confidence. Also, you have to have the mindset to be confident. Believe in yourself and know that you paid good money to be in your exam, so just do your best. The sun will shine tomorrow. It's important to control your breathing. Take deep breaths, especially when you wear a mask during the exam. Focus on getting oxygen to the body. When you don't have enough oxygen in your blood, it's easy to become anxious. Now, you can also build confidence with my second tip. Tip number 2. Show up to the exam early. Both the sit-down and the speaking interview, make sure to arrive well before the exam. Don't have any other plans on that day. Just focus on the test. Take some materials with you that you can leave in the registration room. What I mean by this is take a reading passage with you. Take a speaking script with you. Read the passage before your sit-down exam. Write a letter to one of your friends before you sit the exam in English. And practice your speaking with another candidate. I would say show up to your exam at least an hour before it starts. That gives you lots of time to get more comfortable with the atmosphere, to get familiar with your surroundings, maybe meet some of the people there, and use your English. Which leads me to tip number 3. Tip number 3, speak English only. In fact, speak English as much as you can as soon as you know that you have to sit an IELTS exam. Speak to your friends, speak to your family with using English. This will help you to build your confidence even further. Explain to them, say, hey, in a few weeks, I've got my IELTS exam coming up. This is really important in my life. Please let's speak English as much as possible. In fact, you can find speaking partners on our website as well. When you log in to your My Student account, there's a button to click and find students who will partner with you to practice your speaking. Speak English, especially on exam day. That means that you should not be using your own language from the time you wake up until the time that you're finished your test. It's very difficult for the human brain to just kind of switch between languages, and it's very tiring. This is another reason that you want to show up to your exam early, so that it's a bit easier to stay in English. Speak English only. And now for tip number 4. Avoid distractions. It's easy to get distracted during your IELTS exam. There are a lot of new faces. You might be a little bit nervous. Again, if you're confident, it's easier to avoid distractions. Stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize. You're there to do one job and one job only, and that's to get a great score. So you have to be in the moment. Don't think about what happened yesterday. Don't think about what you will do tomorrow. Just stay in the present. And now I will give you specific tips for the listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which will help you further to stay in the present, stay focused, and maintain your confidence. Check out these strategies. For the listening section, one of the most important strategies is to visualize the content that you hear. So if you're listening to an audio about traveling, you want to picture that. You want to see yourself packing your luggage, going to the airport, checking in, getting on the plane, going to a souvenir shop. You have to visualize the information. Make it interesting. The human brain works best when it sees the information that is being presented. Of course, this is also true for the reading section, but it has to start in the listening section. Start visualizing when the audio begins with the listening section instructions. You have about 1 minute during these instructions to look at the topics of each of the 4 parts of the listening and start to visualize it. Create pictures in your mind that represent those topics. For instance, if the topic is about icebergs, picture icebergs. If it's about dinosaurs, picture dinosaurs. Visualization will help you stay focused and will surely help you to get a higher band score. Let's talk about the reading section. The reading section is challenging because you have 1 hour for 3 passages in the academic, for 5 passages in the general, of course 4 of them being shorter passages, and you have to answer 40 questions. And there are lots of different types of questions. The most important strategy for the reading section is slow and steady wins the race. You have to think about the story of the rabbit and the tortoise. You have to be the tortoise. You have to make sure that you pace yourself. Don't jump around, don't rush, don't flip through the pages, just go step by step. You have to know your strategies. For those high band scores, skimming and scanning does not work. Each question type requires some specific strategies. For instance, list of headings questions ask you to identify what each paragraph is about. So for this type of question, after you read one paragraph, you stop, you think, what is this paragraph about? You answer that question, and then you look for the correct answer from the list of headings. This is just one strategy, but you need to learn the right strategies for multiple choice, true, false, not given. And there are 7 others. There are 11 different types of questions that you might see in the reading sections. For these strategies, you can visit our website, use our premium package, or you can also see some other videos on our channel that focus on these specific strategies, such as true, false, not given, and list of headings. So know your question strategies for the reading section. Let's talk a little bit about writing. For the writing section, the most important strategy is to check your work. You have to use your time very effectively in that 1 hour. Ideally, for those high band scores, you should write about 25% more than the minimum word limit. There is no maximum word limit. You can write as much as you want. However, you shouldn't. For task 1, it says 150 words. So you should be writing anywhere from about 190 to 220 words for those high band scores. For task 2, the minimum is 250 words. So you should be writing anywhere from 300 to 350 words. Now, importantly, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you leave a few minutes at the end of each task so that you can check your work. I made the mistake when I did my IELTS exam of not checking my work because I ran out of time. And I'm sure that's why I lost some marks. Everybody makes mistakes with spelling, grammar, information on a first draft. So you need to balance between word limit and accuracy. It's so important to check your work. I guarantee you'll get a better band score when you do that. Last but not least, let's talk a bit about speaking. Your test is coming up and you just want a quick tip from me to get a better band score in your speaking interview. So here it is. Use the question in your answer. When you give an answer, make sure to include an explanation and a smooth example. For instance, if the question is, if you had $1 million, what would you buy? Use the question. Given the chance to have $1 million in my bank account, I would certainly purchase a car and a house because those are items I need to live comfortably. In fact, I have a long-term plan to buy a nice family home and a minivan. Okay, so that was my answer, including the question, with an explanation and an example. Then stop. As long as you remember this pattern, you're going to do well. Be confident. Use these tips. And good luck on your upcoming IELTS exam. For many more tips and strategies, including speaking interviews, listening, reading, and writing examples, visit and join our premium package with over 100 hours of HD videos at aehelp.com. Begin learning for success today. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video. Click right up here. And click our IELTS Hero to join our premium package and get access to all of our videos, practice exams, and a fully interactive course.